The smartphone market is a brutal landscape. Over the years, we've watched major players like HTC and LG, once titans of the industry, close up shop after struggling to find their footing. This constant turbulence means that any hint of trouble for a well-known brand can quickly spiral into a full-blown crisis of confidence. Recently, the rumor mill focused its attention on OnePlus. A sensationalist report claimed the company was being quietly dismantled by its parent, Oppo, and was on a fast path to shutting down entirely. The report gained immediate traction, ricocheting through tech circles and tapping into existing anxieties about the brand's long-term health. OnePlus has since issued an official, absolute denial of the rumor, but the full story behind the unsubstantiated report, the company's response, and the brand's actual market position reveals something far more complex. While the shutdown claim was demonstrably false, the frenzy it created served to drag the brand's real long-term challenges back into the harsh light of day. The bombshell report was built on old news and bad data. The source of the shutdown rumor was a single unverified article from Android Headlines. In its official statements, OnePlus characterized the report as unsubstantiated, and a close look at its contents reveals why. The article, positioned as an exclusive, was deeply flawed and failed to present any new, credible evidence to support its dramatic conclusion. The report's primary weaknesses included no new information. Every key point used to argue that OnePlus was being quote unquote dismantled from falling sales figures and market share from 2024 to failed staffing promises in India was based on old data. It even cited the closure of its North American headquarters in 2024, prior cuts to its European teams in 2020, and the end of its crucial partnership with T-Mobile back in 2023. The original article from Android Headlines included a significant factual error. The article cited a cash injection from parent company Oppo as being worth $14 billion, a figure that was off by an order of magnitude. The actual investment made in 2022 was $1.43 billion. It used flawed reasoning as well. You see, the report suggested that Oppo's recent restructuring of its Realme brand was proof that OnePlus is next. This logic ignored the fact that OnePlus had already been absorbed as an Oppo sub-brand back in 2021, making the comparison irrelevant. This combination of recycled news and glaring inaccuracies is emblematic of a trend where sensationalism, not substance, drives the narrative. The owner of Android Headlines later confirmed this after changing the initial author's byline to his own. This context entirely undermines the report's credibility and reframes it not as investigative journalism, but as a poorly assembled collection of old news and misinformation. OnePlus's denial was swift, absolute, and global. In response to the growing speculation, OnePlus issued blunt and direct denials across its key markets. The company moved quickly to control the narrative and reassure customers that it was not going anywhere. For the Indian market, one of its most important, the company released a statement on X, formerly Twitter, calling the claims false, stating, and I quote, "Recent unverified reports claiming OnePlus is shutting down are false. OnePlus India's business operations continue as normal. We urge all stakeholders to verify information from official sources before sharing unsubstantiated claims," unquote. The company also provided specific assurances for its customers in North America, sharing a similar statement with publications like 9 to 5, Google, and Android Authority, saying, quote, OnePlus. North America continues to operate with full guarantee of users, after-sales support, software updates, and rights commitments, unquote. These clear official statements from multiple regions effectively debunked the immediate shutdown claims, confirming that business operations were continuing as normal. Okay, so the rumor is false, but the slow death theory probably isn't. Let me explain. Rumor doesn't gain traction in a vacuum. The Android headlines report, while baseless, was believable to many precisely because it aligned with years of expert observation about the brand's quiet decline in sales, staff, and operations. Expert analysis from outlets like 9 to 5, Google paints a more nuanced picture. As 9 to 5 Google stated, OnePlus is in the same boat it's been in for years now. That is to say, treading some water. While there is no evidence of an imminent shutdown, the future for the brand is not bright, with its global presence clearly becoming less of a priority, less relevant, and less profitable for parent company Oppo. The most significant challenge remains the loss of carrier deals, described as a death blow to the company's future in North America. In a market where carriers are the primary sales channel for most consumers, this loss of critical distribution was a devastating setback. Crucially, this happened back in 2023, reinforcing the fact that the brand's most severe struggles are real but not recent. The core takeaway is that while OnePlus is not shutting down tomorrow, it is, as some analysts conclude, safe to assume the brand is dying a pretty slow death. The recent controversy didn't reveal a secret plan to shut down the company. It simply brought old, unresolved problems back into the spotlight. This is the real question for OnePlus. The sensationalist rumor of OnePlus's demise was false, built on a foundation of old news and bad data. The company's swift global denial put the immediate claims to rest. Ultimately, this episode revealed less about an imminent corporate collapse and more about the brand's struggle for relevance in a market that has largely moved on. The question is no longer if OnePlus is shutting down, but rather how it plans to never settle in a market that shows no signs of letting up. I really want to hear your input on this developing story. So OnePlus is not technically shutting down, it just does not have a bright future. Are you going to continue to support the brand? Will you consider purchasing a OnePlus device in the future? Yes or no? Appreciate the time as always and subscribe for more technology news and reviews. Peace.